Orcoide fáilte, fáilte go dtí ar seamannas beag seo, seamannas Imbolc, mar tá an trach ag teacht. Welcome. Welcome everyone to our sharing of traditional ceremony at this time of Imbolc, the beginning of spring, Féile Breed, a beautiful seasonal festival, the threshold of spring following our winter. Is Mr. Sean, my name is Sean no Jean o Slí An Chroí.
Because it's Mr. Karen, my name is Karen, and you can see behind us, in between us, is the great pre-Celtic goddess Bridget and a matron saint of Ireland. A very special archetypal energy that ushers in the springtime. And Bridget has a number of wonderful traditions and wonderful symbols that we'd like to share with you, as well as a ceremony you can do at home.
Our ancestors had a wonderful handing over from two extraordinary feminine powers from winter into spring. Our winter regarded as the season of An Cailleach, the crone or the hag, grandmother earth. And she hands over the turning of the season to Bridget for spring. And of course, spring, for so many of us, a great uplift in enthusiasm, optimism, hope, because the biorhythms of nature now are really changing. You may have noticed the earlier sunrise and the later sunsets. So nature's biorhythms now raising. We hear in the bird song, we see in the first snowdrops and daffodils. Imbolc is the name we have for the great spring festival, Old Irish for in the belly. This came, of course, from our ancestors seeing the swollen bellies of the cows and the ewes and other mother animals pregnant with their progeny that will be born in the season of spring. And so it asks of us to regard what is pregnant in us, what we wish to give birth in our lives, in synchronicity with all of the birth and the rising fertility cycles, the rising temperatures of springtime. The 1st of February is the folk celebration of Imbolc, the beginning of spring. Of course, Imbolc changes in truth year after year in its date. It's the cross-quarter date between winter solstice and spring equinox, so it can slightly change each year. In 2021, the 3rd of February, just after 2 p.m. in the GMT time zone. That said, you may already be registering the impact of spring in what you observe, in how you feel when you're in the natural world, your own energy changing and graduating from winter for the new season.
And if last night you put out your brath breed, your little strip of cloth that represents Bridget's mantle or Bridget's cloak, and this just to catch the morning dew on the 1st of February. However, because we know this year that Imbolc is the 3rd, you still have time to do this either on the 2nd or the 3rd to catch the morning dew. And all you need to do is to get a piece of red material, a red sheet, and scissors, and then cut the little strips. But this year we have an added nuance to all of this. The wonderful people at Slí An Chroí over in Clondalkin came up with the idea of not just putting out the strip, but to put out masks, our COVID-19 masks, so that this is going to be the healing strip for the year, wrapped around a sore finger or a headache or wherever in the body you have pain. So doesn't it make sense to put out the face masks, which would bring health to our respiratory system as well? An interesting little twist and an update. The other classic tradition is the Bridget's crosses, made of reeds or made of rushes. And what's amazing is, as a symbol, a very Irish symbol by our matron saint, it's an equilateral cross. Each arm is representing the north, east, southwest, and the center represents our heart centers, spirit, God, goddess, whatever you refer to as the source of love. So it's also said to be in perpetual motion. And again, that would be very much talking about the momentum of springtime for fresh starts and for new beginnings.
So as before in seasonal festivals that we've shared on our channel with you, these are experiential and interactive. So you may, if you wish, choose now to settle yourself to take part in a wee traditional folk ceremony for Imbolc, so that we coordinate ourselves, so that spring is not merely a season that we talk about or that we observe, but so that spring becomes an experience and we allow spring to enter and to speak to all aspects of our health and well-being, mind, body and spirit.
This is a ceremony where we are going to use water. Now, ideally well water from a Bridget's well. However, you can use water from home, tap water, that has been imbued with your intention. In other words, you have specifically called in the intention of Bridget, or you might even put in a piece of jewellery. This is a triple spiral. Again, very much of Bridget as Maiden Mother Crone, but something that speaks to you of imbuing the water with that sacred. And it might even be putting your Bridget's cross over it to bless it. And then one of her totem flowers is the very beautiful snowdrop. If you have snowdrops near you, fantastic. If not, some early daffodils are out, but a spring flower, and preferably one from your garden. And this is twofold. One is a personal cleanse, and then the second one is to start the spring cleaning in your home. If you're offering this cleanse to another, you would ask for permission.
Of course.
And then you pick a snowdrop and you gently push it in the water. Now, you're not going to drown the person in the holy water. It's a sense of we're using this as a symbol of cleansing, but that would be lovely if there was a light sprinkle of drops on them, but obviously be mindful of not dousing them in water. And then with your permission, you are going to bring the snowdrop through their energy field, and you might even touch it off forehead, the nose, the face. Very pleasant, lovely feeling all the way down the ears and down the body, being mindful, of course, of touching private parts of the body, and then the back. Very much the intention is to cleanse anything from the winter, heaviness, a sense, the darkness. Maybe somebody might be feeling a touch of the seasonal activated disorder, or anything that you want to let go, sluggishness, lethargy. But the snowdrop and the water is doing all the work. And then when you're finished, thank you. And there now is a lovely opportunity. This one will go back to the earth, I'll put it down here, to take other snowdrops or spring flowers and to go around your home. Now, maybe you have started spring cleaning by washing the windows, changing the soft furnishings in your home. Maybe you're doing a little bit of decor here in whatever it might be. And this offers a cleanse to the rooms, particularly around the doorways, around the window frames, any part of your home that you feel needs a cleanse. And John, you might say something about the idea of certain parts of the house where dogs and cats in particular will tell you a lot about your home.
Indeed, often the inside spaces of our homes are used in different ways in different seasons. And this beautiful cleanse with the sacred water and the snowdrop is really to bring a cleanse to those parts of the house that might be overused during winter or underused. But with open doors and open windows, curtains back, letting in the spring light, that you're bringing a blessing in for living into your home. And In the medicine spiral, which is the great shamanic apprenticeship journey here in Ireland, our students receive Jeskna an Ariach in their east direction. These translates as the rites of the caretaker of the earth. And they come directly from Bridget. So that in this cleanse, you're now going to receive. It's a cleanse of what you wish to release from winter, but it's also bringing Bridget's water and the light of the snowdrop to bless all that you're full with, all of the potential, all of the creativity, all of, in a sense, the pregnancy we are all naturally full of coming into spring, so that yourself and your home can receive this blessing. So bringing now yourself to a place of receiving, we ask your respectful permission to share this blessing with you at this Imbolc threshold of spring. Féile Bríd, coming forward now as the caretaker of the earth that you are, and receiving.
And the blessed well water and the snowdrops will be gifted back to the earth by us on all our behalves.
Imbolc Chonach Oring Galéir, a luminous Imbolc upon us all. May you dance across the threshold of Imbolc, dancing across from winter into spring. May you be held by the rising forces of fertility in nature. May you be held by Bríd, the great caretaker of the earth, as we now take our place even more, so needed in this time, to walk as caretakers of ourselves in this perilous time, but also as caretakers of the earth.
May Bridget place her mantle and cloak of protection over you and yours this Imbolc.